Welcome back to the shop and the channel, part 6 of the candle holder thing. Let's cut some dados. Now it's time to make the easel part, which mounts to the back of the box. That consists of a tall vertical, which is about 68 inches off the ground. It has a cross piece that's going to help mount it to the box, and it's going to be cut out with a little bit of a treatment for a little more pleasant to look at. This is the piece that's going to be the vertical. Here it's going to have, you'll see in a minute what I'm talking about. It's going to have a lap joint here and a dado cut down to the center of it for a piece of, which I don't have over here, of T-track. So what I've done is I set up everything, did a bunch of test cuts, and then cut the back piece that's going to be let into, or is going to have the lap joint with the vertical piece. This will sit on the back of the box, and it has, you see, I'm going to do some little treatments to it to give it a little more pleasant shape instead of just a square piece of wood. So now, and this one here and the long one are the most difficult parts of this entire project to get right. So I'm going to be doing this piece, get the dado on this piece, which is going to be right here. And the way I do this, I've got a piece of stock here. Not for this job, but the way we do this is I cut up to almost to the line on either side. There's a line here and a line here. Up on this, I haven't marked it yet, but it's going to be there. I have it marked out on the front face, and then sneak up on it, little nibblies at a time till I get a snug fit, like I showed you with this piece in the big piece. So let's get busy. Let me mark this one for where the end and the beginning are, because I'm doing it visually. I can't put a fence up to do this. And I can't do it. I don't have a dado stack sliding sled. I should make one. So I have I'll have a sliding sled that I can run the dado through. Or maybe I'll do a combination. I'm going to replace my sliding sled anyway, because I want a better one, make a better one. And I can set it up with a removable center so I can do dados. So let's turn on the noise and make some noise. Oh, you know what? I need some tunes. I turned the headset on, but I didn't turn my music on. So there it is. That dado's cut. Now I've got to take a measurement by just manually trying to put the other piece in. And I'm doing my headset on. And see how much more I've got to go. I think I just have to nib off just a tiny bit. Again, sneak up on it. You saw what I did there. I cut either side and then cut out the stuff in the middle. So there it is. It's actually going to sit like this, and it'll have that nice cutouts here and here. I wanted to do this first before I do the cutouts, because I want this radius. There's going to be a radius here, and I want it to look right. So this is at the point where I can put it together. I may have to take a little bit off the back of this piece of wood, but there it is. Now, the next thing is the cross piece that's going to be fastened here permanently, and the sliding piece. Now they're going to have wide dados cut out of them as well. They're not going to be deep. They're going to be about 1/8 of an inch deep. But that's just this one's going to be fastened on permanently, and that will be sliding. But I want them to be at the same distance out from the easel bar. We'll call it the easel bar. So that goes there. Now these, put these out of the way. This is the bar that's going to go across the bottom, and this will have the rest on it for whatever's seeing the picture to sit in. But I want to take this and I want to dado it out so that it sits nice and square to it, and I glue and fasten it in place. Just, belt and suspenders a little bit. Where's my other piece of wood? Okay, I need another. I don't know what the hell. I had a scrap around here to do this, and I can't find it. So I got another scrap to make sure I get the width of that cut correct. So again, same process as before. So there's the dados. This one, of course, had to be a little bit loose because it's going to slide up and down. I don't want it to get captured by moisture making the wood swell. So that's a little bit looser than the other one. This one here, of course, is going to be permanently affixed right about here. Let me put this together on a table saw and we can take a picture. So here's essentially what it looks like. So this piece right here is affixed and permanently mounted, but it's a lap joint so that it's flush with the front of the easel. And then this whole assembly here, 1 inch of the bottom of this and this entire thing here, entire piece coming down, that's fastened to the back of the box for strength and rigidity and all that. This, although it's not lap joint, I'll locate this where it needs to go, square it up, and glue and screw this in place permanently. Then there'll be a dado cut here in the piece right here where a piece of the T-track's going to go. Let me get the T-track. T-track goes here like that, so they can put a variety of sizes of images on it. Then this one with the little dado can slide up and down in the T-track with a 1/4-20 screw and a knob, so that whatever they put in there, they'll be able to fit it. Now, the thing is that the bottom of where this has to be 10.5 inches or 10.25 inches from the top of the table, because that's the height of the final height of those candles glasses that are going to be in a base that I'm going to make later. The next wood video will be making that. I'm debating whether I want to make that a fancy wood or not. But so this is it basically. Now my next trick is to cut this out so that it has that nice curvatures and everything that I want. Smooth it out on the belt sander, and then glue and screw this in place permanently. Then take this piece of wood here, make sure I get the correct measurements. Actually, I want to take about 1 inch off of this. Take the correct measurements, glue and screw this in place permanently, and then the dado here will be cut. And I will then mount the T-track and put this on so it can slide up and down. So there, that's where we are right now. Let me get busy making some cuts and stuff on this and making some sanding some stuff, and we'll go on from there. What you just watched, that musical interlude with the time-lapse segments in it, was I cut the dado in the vertical piece. It's going to be the easel portion of this box. And as usual, I cut it with a dado stack, which leaves a ramp at this end here. So I had to go to the bench and use hand tools to chop out the square at the bottom for the T-track, which is the T-track sits right in here. It's a snug fit, which is the way I like it. Fits right in there. And then this is the top piece for clamping the artwork in the easel. And this is the bottom piece, which is going to be permanently affixed down here somewhere. I just got to get the sighting correct. And I've also taken the bottom brace that's going to fasten it to the box, and I've cut out the shape that I want. And this part is going to face the outside world, so it kind of blends in kind of nicely. I've left these two pieces right here a little proud because I want to blend that into the vertical piece as smoothly as I possibly can. But that's a good snug fit, and that's that. So gotta get it out of there. It's tight. So for my next trick, I'm going to fasten this in place, and I'm going to drill and put the hole in this and to put it on the T-track. I'm going to round corners and do some router work to give them a little more finer finish. So let's get started on that, and then we'll finish this video, and then I can go on to building the box that's going inside. Oh, actually, I can fasten this to the thing, so the overall picture will be there for you. So I've pretty much got this prepared to put together, and actually I'm going to do that off camera because in the interest of keeping my videos a little shorter, I'm going to end this video at this point, but I'm going to describe what I've done and where we're going from here. So this still has to be faired, but that's going to take a few minutes. And then it'll be placed in here and glued in place. Now what I've done, the lower support for the image or picture or whatever they're going to put in there, it's got a lip, as you can see. Got to get up to the camera. I rounded over the corners to give it a nicer edge, and rounded here to give it a little more presentation. And this, as I said earlier, this will be glued and screwed right about here. Now, the T-track, as I said, goes in this dado along here, and I duplicated the finish on that to the top piece, which of course it faces down instead of up. And it'll have a knob that tightens it into the T-track. And again, It has a lip to hold the workpiece. I rounded the corner, and then I routed all the way around here. And I'm only routing the fronts. I'm not going to be routing the backs. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue this piece together here and do the finish fairing of this joint. Give you a quick better look at this joint. So so what I've done is I've left some meat here to work with it, and this will be faired directly into here, so it'll be one smooth line. Okay, and once that's done, and I've got all these edges the way I want, this is going to get routed all the way around on the front. The same router bit I used on the cross pieces that are holding the picture, and then this, you can't see it from there, mounts right here, just like that, at some point. So let's end this here. I want to get this done and get this screwed onto there. I'll give you a quick rundown when we come back in the next episode. I want to get working on the box because I want the box to be special. This is more utilitarian, but I want the box that the candles are going to sit in to be very, very special, pretty, nice woods, nice finish, whatever. So when you look at this stained utilitarian table thing and you open the drawer and pull this thing out, it's going to stand out on top of it. It's just really just an aesthetic thing. So onward we go. So until next time, make great things out of wood, and we're going to be back on the dovetailing jig again.